AI is a world-class liar that will invent facts with total confidence if you let it. Most people get hallucinations because they leave the door to the internet's open world wide open. Today, I'm showing you how to close that door and lock the AI into your specific documents for 100% reliable results. Welcome back to Key. We've already mastered how to control what the AI says and how it thinks, but today is the most important lesson for professionals: grounding. By the end of this masterclass, you'll know the five-part grounding formula to cage the AI's imagination. You'll learn how to chunk massive documents without breaking the model, and you'll see exactly why schema markup and content structure leads to 3x more accurate citations. The biggest problem beginners face is thinking the AI is a researcher. It's actually more like a very creative office assistant who hates saying, "I don't know." When you ask a general question, the AI draws on its entire open world training set. That's billions of pages of the internet that might be outdated or just plain wrong. Think back to lesson one. Google finds links, but AI synthesizes. That synthesis is dangerous if the AI is pulling from a probability cloud of the entire web. If you paste a 50-page report and ask, "What's the revenue?" but you don't anchor the model, it might pull a revenue number it remembers from a different company it saw during training. This is the open world trap. You are asking the model to find a needle in a haystack while letting it look at every other haystack in the world at the same time. We have to close the door. We must tell the model it is only allowed to look at the text we provide. Every AI has a knowledge cutoff. That is a specific date where it stopped reading the internet. If you're asking about a 2024 policy, but the model's training ended in 2023, it won't say, "I don't know." It will try to predict what that policy would have said based on its old memory. This is how you get those famous fake court cases. Document grounding is the process of providing the ground truth directly in the prompt. You are shifting the model from memory mode to search and synthesis mode. By grounding the model in your specific corpus, whether that's a PDF, a CSV, or a meeting transcript, you eliminate the risk of outdated facts. You aren't asking the AI what it knows. You are asking it what it sees in the text right in front of it. This is the core of lesson 5, the grounding formula. Most people paste text and then ask a question. That is a mistake. Large language models read from top to bottom. You need to set the boundaries first before the model even starts processing your data. The formula has 5 non-negotiable parts. Part 1 is the boundary phrase. Use something like, "Only use the text below. Do not draw on external knowledge." Part 2 is the source label. Clearly identify the text, like document 2024 Employee Handbook. Part 3 is the task. List the 3 main changes to our policy. Part 4 is the citation request. Quote the exact line numbers for every point. And Part 5 is the fallback clause. If the answer is not in the text, say "not mentioned." When you use this 5-part structure, you're building a cage for the AI's imagination. If this cage the AI strategy is giving you more confidence in your results, hit that subscribe button. We are deep diving into every skill you need to move from an AI beginner to a true power user. Our main takeaway today is this: schema markup plus content structure equals 3 times more AI citations. When you ask an AI to summarize this, it gives you a block of text you still have to read to verify. But when you ask it to output as a markdown table with a claim, quote, and line number column, verification becomes instant. By forcing the model to provide an audit trail, you turn a 10-minute manual verification job into a 30-second double check. You can look at the AI's answer, see line 14, and glance at your original document to see if it's actually there. This citation habit is the single most important behavior for professional AI use. If the model can't point to the source, you cannot trust the answer. Verification is cheap, so demand it every time. Every AI has a context window. That is a strict limit on how much it can remember at once. If you upload a 200-page book, the model might truncate it. That means it just deletes the middle and hopes for the best. The pro move is chunking. You split your document into numbered sections. Then you use your prompt to reference a specific chunk. You might say, Only use section 2, lines 15 to 30 to answer this. This keeps the model focused. It prevents the model from getting overwhelmed by irrelevant info found elsewhere in the file. Think of it like giving the model a map with exact coordinates instead of just telling it to go to the city. I've put together a grounding playbook that includes the exact copy-paste boundary phrases for ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. Click the link in the description to join our mailing list and I'll send it to you for free. Not every AI handles grounding the same way. For ChatGPT, use the file upload button and explicitly say, only use the uploaded file. Do not rely on any other knowledge. For Claude, prepend your prompt with, based only on the text that follows. Claude is exceptional at handling long transcripts. For Gemini, use XML style tags to wrap your source. Tell the model to only answer using the content inside these tags. Knowing these platform tweaks ensures the grounding stays sticky. It stops the model from drifting back into its general training data halfway through a long conversation. The most powerful part of the grounding formula is the fallback clause. By telling the AI, if the answer is not in the text, say not mentioned, you are giving it permission to be honest. Without this clause, the AI feels a pressure to perform. If you ask about a fact that isn't there, it will hallucinate a plausible guess just to be helpful. But with the fallback, you turn the AI into a strict librarian. It stops guessing. It starts flagging gaps in your data. This is how you spot hallucination traps before they ever end up in your final report. Remember, permission to be silent is just as important as the instruction to speak. To really bake this in, I want you to try a 2-day journal experiment. Day 1. Pick a short 500-word article. Ask it a question with a neutral prompt. Then ask it again using the 5-part grounding formula. Compare the outputs side by side. Day 2. Pick a data table or CSV. Write a grounded query that asks for a specific metric and verify the row yourself. You will be stunned at how much the generic fluff disappears when the AI is forced to quote its sources. Traceability isn't just about accuracy, it's about the confidence that you are the one in control of the information. The main takeaway for today is simple. Schema markup and content structure lead to 3x more AI citations. If you can't trust the source, you can't trust the answer. So always close the door to the open world. Join our mailing list using the link below to grab your grounding playbook and start building your own prompt library today. If you found this useful, watch our next video on task deconstruction, where we learn how to turn these grounded prompts into a multi-step assembly line for your business. I'll see you there.